Ruby Franke's sister, Bonnie Hoellein, posted to her Instagram stories yesterday.
I try really hard not to cry when I tell you this. It seems like that's all I can do is just cry, whether it's for happy reasons, sad reasons, depressed reasons, anxiety reasons.
Now, she says she's just now checking her Instagram messages and that she's already addressed some of the negative comments, but she wants to talk about the positive messages as well.
But I am just now going through my messages because I did not have the strength to even look at my messages or open my messages. And I would see, people's names pop down when everything was first coming out. And it was very comforting just to see people's names pop down on my phone. And so I saw that and I appreciated that. And I just cannot believe how incredibly kind people are.
Previously, Bonnie stated on YouTube that on her comments for YouTube, she filters those out and deletes all of the negative comments. But on Instagram, people were definitely letting their opinions be known. She made this post on September 15th about grief, and here's what some of the comments say. Just realize that I'm a part of the problem by following. I grieve for your sister's kids who will need years of therapy for their horrible trauma.
I definitely acknowledged the bad comments being said against us, the flat out just lies being said against us, and so that was acknowledged, but
So after this, for several minutes, she goes on to talk about her extended family and her cousins who reached out to her for support and how she took advantage of that, how people she hadn't talked to since high school reached out to her, and now she's going to talk about her followers or the strangers on the internet support.
I think this next one is really important because it is all of the strangers throughout the world that have sent messages, and I was really scared to start posting again. And the response has been more than I could intake. And so for those of you that watch and care, it does mean a lot. I said this in a video that I get really invested in people's lives. In TV shows, even though they are fake characters, I've cried at TV shows because you get invested, but there have been families on the internet that have gone through some really horrible things, and it affected me. It affected me for weeks. And so I get it.
Now, this isn't to say that even if they weren't on the internet, that this story wouldn't be getting the attention it's getting, but it's definitely getting more attention because this entire family shares their lives on the internet. I think a part of Bonnie was scared that people were going to start looking at her and questioning her parenting, which they are in fact doing. A lot of people have brought up Bonnie's blanket training video. So next, Bonnie is going to mention her parents. And for anyone who does not know, they are also on YouTube and they left to go on a mission trip about a month ago.
This next one is really, really hard for me to put into words, but the amount of people that have expressed their concern for my mom and dad is the most overwhelming part of people reaching out. All of my mom's nieces and nephews just adore her. And they adore her because of the way she treats them. They know that she loves them. People in the neighborhood are mourning for her and my dad because they know who my parents are at their core. And my dad can come across as intimidating, but his heart is so tender. And my mom's.
So now she's going to share a message she got from one of Ellie's old boyfriends. And for anyone who doesn't know, Ellie is Ruby's other sister. They're on YouTube and she has not made any videos regarding this.
So when I got this message from one of Ellie's old boyfriends, it touched my heart in a way that I just can't describe. It was so spot on for who my mom is and how she treats people. And this kid, I loved this kid. He was so cute and nice. So I'll share that message with you next.
So the message says, hey, I just wanted to reach out and say, though I spent a short time with your family, I gained a love for you all. I enjoyed being around you guys and seeing how you guys bonded. I think about you guys every once in a while. As I reflect on my life, I am grateful you guys were in it. I gained such a love for your parents. They are amazing. Your mom taught me such an important lesson that I will never forget. I showed up to your home the first time I took Ellie out and I was looking like a punk. I had every piece of hair spiked and maybe a bandana on, LOL. If a kid showed up like that to take my daughter out, I would have had words and not kind ones. Your mom and dad were instantly kind to me. I remember how I was perceived, and out of nowhere, your mom smiles like she does and says, Brett, I love your hair. I was caught off guard, haha. She then asked me about my family and the church and my goals in life. I loved that conversation, and it was so simple but impactful. She truly looked upon my heart and my intentions. I try to be more kind to people that look a little different than me because I remember the way she made me feel. I am so impressed with you and your family as I see the talents and creativity you all have. Keep your chin up and remember how amazing you all are. Please tell your family and especially your parents hi for me and that I love and care about them. If I ever see any of you in public, just expect a big hug. Have a great night, Bonnie. And keep smiling because you have a beautiful one and it brings happiness in the world. Have a great day and make it so. So now towards the end, even though there is a gag order in place, she is going to talk a little bit about Ruby's kids.
The gag order, you're just going to have to understand. But what would keep me up at night was wondering about the future for them. And just, will they even have a fighting chance of a normal, good, happy life? And that is what just, I couldn't get out of bed thinking. I couldn't fall asleep at night worrying and wondering and having no control. And as I have heard so many stories from all of you from around the world, I know they're going to be okay. And I really believe that they have a shot at a good future.
Every single one of Ruby's kids is going to have lifelong trauma.
So many people face so many different kinds of trials, and there is just a lot of hurt for so many people and on different levels. And I don't think anyone should compare pain to someone else's pain. We all have struggles. We all have things that hurt. And if anything, I just want to say that there's always a way. There's always going to be a way to fix things. Maybe not perfectly or in a way that we exactly want, but there's always a way to fix things. And I just wanted to end on that note of hope. Not even just for my situation, but for all of yours, for anyone that hears this.
Ruby's children's situation is very different from any other normal person in that they had their entire lives posted on the internet for complete strangers to view. So while, yes, you can heal from your trauma, that trauma is now going to follow them for the rest of their lives. And even when you get healing for your trauma, or you learn how to deal with it, that's what you're doing. You're just learning how to deal with it in healthy coping mechanisms. It never goes away. It is lifelong. Then Julie posted this to her Instagram. My sister Bonnie just put my exact thoughts into words on her stories. We think and do things so similar, but she has a way of putting them into words better than I could. So if you want to know my thoughts, you can watch her stories. As always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you could, please do me a huge favor and hit the thumbs up button. It helps my video out tremendously. For more updates on this story, be sure to subscribe.